welcome to a week in my life. So it is Monday right now and I'm just getting ready. I'm going to curl my hair, and I know this lighting makes me look super orange, but it's just because the sun is directly hitting me, but I promise I don't look this color in real life. Today I have to film a video. I'm going to film hopefully why I built a she shed. Hopefully I can, my cat is behind me. Hopefully I can make the time to film that today. And I also just have a lot of laundry to catch up on and dishes to catch up on. And I also have to work out. Not to mention that I need to sand my desk for my she shed. I might show a little bit of that. I'm just getting ready and I'm watching old Julia and Hunter vlogs of when they were in Europe, because you guys, my heart really needs to travel in one way or another. And so right now, watching travel vlogs is making me feel like I can travel a little bit. So I'm just gonna finish my makeup and hair, and then I have some chores to work on, and then I'm gonna go film a video. So thank you for being here for this week in my life. I'll see you all throughout the week.
I was thinking about way back when I thought I had it figured out, when I thought that I knew what to do and I didn't need you. I can't imagine if I stayed back, what would happen if I never found you. Those times were hard and all I did was resent you. Oh no, I don't want to go back. Oh, how naive I was. I'm running to where my hope is, where I know I'm free.
Hello guys. I have a pet peeve that I want to tell you, but I am telling you about the pet peeve because I'm about to do the pet peeve. Okay, so the pet peeve is when YouTubers get on and they're like, I'm just really sorry about this lighting, you guys. Like, it's horrible. I'm so sorry you have to look at it. And as a person who watches videos, I'm just like, I don't care about the lighting. I understand how the sun works. I know that sometimes lighting is bad, especially when you're driving. Like right now, the light is in my face. So it doesn't bother me that the lighting is bad sometimes. However, in case it bothers you, I am now doing the pet peeve by saying, I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. So I'm driving home from my grandma's house. She had a realtor come over and look at her house because she is putting it on the market pretty soon. And so we were discussing all of that, and it was really, really interesting. I'm super interested in real estate and always have been, but the people side of real estate has kind of turned me away from it. So I have thought about a career in it, but then I put it off because I think, no, you have to deal with so many people and you have to make so many phone calls. But talking to him was really interesting and just insightful. So now I'm on my way home, and my plan for the day was to film the video about why I built a she shed. But I have a feeling that video is going to take me like about an hour to film, and it's 6 o'clock right now, and I don't know if I'll have enough daylight to film it today, especially because the lighting is getting worse by the minute. And so I don't want that video to have bad quality because it's a really important video. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that filmed today. I might just go home, work out, and eat dinner and film the video tomorrow because it just needs to go up tomorrow night. So that'll just make my day tomorrow a little bit more stressful, but we'll see if we can make it work. I did want to tell you guys this really funny thing that happened today. I woke up this morning from the best dream that I've had in a really long time. I have no clue what made me dream about this. Maybe it was seeing Taylor Swift post on Instagram about her track list for like the re-release of the Fearless album. that is the only string that I can follow that maybe would have made me dream about this. But I had a dream that Taylor Swift was like the headliner for this massive tour, and she was like teaming up, so it was kind of like a double headlining tour, and the other act was Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana doing the Best of Both Worlds tour again, like in 2022 or something. And I just thought that was the funniest dream, and also, real talk, the best concept that I think any of us could ask for at this point in life, because we all need a good concert. We've all been missing out on things like that, and what better concert for millennial girls like myself could you ask for than Miley being Hannah and also herself, and then Taylor following it up. I just don't think you could ask for anything better. And I'm sorry that my music taste is so basic. Like, I'm really not sorry about it, because that's what I listen to and it's what makes me happy. My brother would cringe at the thought of that tour because he has a really sophisticated music taste. So I'm sorry, but now all I can think about is Miley, Hannah, and Taylor on a massive tour. And I just think it is the best thing, and it is what the world needs right now. Actually, let's just do all of Taylor Swift's catalog ever, because she's re-releasing everything. So let's have a tour where she does her whole catalog and Miley does Miley and Hannah circa 2007. That would be the best thing that's ever happened to me. Anyway, that was my dream. I'm probably gonna go home, work out, and that might be all that we have left for today. Whew, I look crazy. I just did a Sydney Cummings workout. It was shred day 1, and then I jogged for a little bit after, and I couldn't record the Sydney Cummings part because I had to watch it on my phone because my iPad is dead. So I had to watch that. But then when I was jogging, I was like, oh, I can record this part. And I'll just show you the angle that it fell down to.
Ooh, this world accused me for my 1,000 crimes.
So I have like 0 footage of that workout, but I did it, and you can tell that I did it because I am sweaty and gross. And my skin is horrible because you know why, and because I've been stressed, but it's okay. We're all beautiful. So I'm going inside. I'm gonna eat some salmon and veggies and a sweet potato. Hello from me in the car again. So I finished my video about why I built a she shed. I'm not done editing it yet, so I have to edit a little when I get home. So right now I have to head to my grandma's and help her pack some of her china up, because I think I told you guys already that she is planning on selling her house. So yesterday we met with the realtor, and today I'm gonna help her pack some more. She's been packing for like a week or so. So I'm just gonna go for about an hour and help her pack, and then I'm gonna come home and edit. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I don't have any makeup on today because after 2 days of having like a full face of makeup, I just wanted to let my skin breathe a little bit. I'm like freaking out and scratching because I just walked into a spider web, and now I'm just freaked out that the spider is somewhere on me or in my hair because I have a ridiculous amount of hair. But anyway, I'm trying not to think about the spider. But it's Wednesday afternoon, and I'm about to make some phone calls to insurance and some hospitals that have breast cancer centers, because I'm looking for some second opinion options for my mom. So her doctor has suggested looking at some other places who have really good breast centers to look for just second opinion. I'm probably going to work out and then cook some dinner a little bit later on. But it's actually more of a chill day today. I've just been doing a lot of housework, laundry, dishes, chores, things like that. because I got my video posted last night. So if you haven't watched already, go watch Why I Built a She Shed. It really explains everything about what's going on with my family right now. But that took me until probably 1 in the morning to get uploaded, which has been a pattern lately. I just haven't gotten into a good routine of getting ahead on my videos and having them done before the day they're supposed to go up. And there's a lot of different reasons why, but we basically just have a very, very full schedule. But things like handling this stuff for my mom comes first and foremost. And so this was the main thing that I needed to get done today. So I'm gonna make these phone calls and then I'll talk to you guys after that.
Didn't think you'd say hi to me, let alone walk by me, even though I know I deserve the best. And just look at you, you'll make me blow.
Hello guys, I just made dinner and now I'm about to work out. My hair is all over the place, but I just wanted to tell you a tip that I do a lot when I'm making dinner is if I've used bread for something in the past and I have some bread left over, like it usually happens when we make hamburgers or when we make like meatball subs or something, we'll have a few pieces of that bread left over and I hate for that to go bad. So something that I do is sometime in the next few days, I take that bread and put butter on it and like garlic salt or garlic powder, and sometimes a little bit of like onion powder, and I put it in the oven and it tastes like amazing garlic bread. So it gets crunchy and nice, and then you're not wasting your bread. So that was part of some of the clips that I showed you, was me doing the bread like that. But tonight we're just having chicken tenders. I just pan fried them, and then I made some potatoes in the oven with Italian seasoning on them. Usually I take a ranch packet and mix it with olive oil and coat the potatoes in it, but we didn't have any ranch packets tonight. So I just did like some Italian seasoning things on there, like some parsley and garlic and things like that. It was a super easy dinner, didn't take me long, but now I'm about to work out. I have a feeling this workout is gonna be cardio. It's a Sydney Cummings workout. And I missed yesterday because I was editing yesterday's video and it took me about 4 hours. So I didn't expect to miss yesterday, but I'm gonna get caught back up. So I'm gonna go work out. I'll try to film a little bit of that. And then I think for the rest of the night, I'm gonna try and read a little bit. I actually watched a documentary with my mom. I think it was called Anne Frank and Parallel Stories, or something similar to that on Netflix. I'll put the name here if I can think of it. I watched that and it really got me thinking about when I read The Diary of Anne Frank in like 5th or 6th grade. It was amazing. I highly recommend. I think everyone should read that. And I just think it's a book that you should have in your collection if you're a reader. And so I reordered it on Amazon and I think I'm gonna start rereading it for the first time since I was like 11. So I'm excited for that, but I think I'm gonna just try and take some time to rest tonight. I posted on Instagram today about resting because I just think it's so important, and yet it's the thing that I put on the back burner so much. I refuse to rest. I try to get so many things done in a day, and at the end of the day, I'm literally like falling over asleep. And I know that my mind is the most overworked, and I can just tell that in my mental health. So something that I'm really trying to do is incorporate rest intentionally in my day more. And by trying to do, I mean, I'm failing at it, but I'm still trying every now and then. So tonight I think I'm gonna read a book and just try to rest a little bit, but I'll update you guys on what I get up to. Hi, me and my crazy hair again, and no makeup because I don't have anywhere to be today. I did just take my mom to her chemo appointment, and now I'm going to get gas really quick. But my plan for the day is just that I'm gonna go back and wait for her at her appointment, which is what I usually do. I just sit there and wait. They're usually only about an hour and a half, but I think today might be like 3 hours long. She is getting a different drug today. So I've got about 3 hours, and I think I'm gonna just go ahead and start editing this video, even though it's Thursday. I really want to have the video done and like scheduled by Friday. So I think I'm gonna start editing this. I have to make some more phone calls to some hospitals. I think I'm gonna try and read a little bit, just force my mind to shut down and read for a few minutes. I'm trying to do more of those restful things like I talked about yesterday. But the plan for the day is when she gets out of her appointment, I'm gonna go home, work out, and then I'm gonna try and sand my desk because it has those water rings on it and I need to get those off before the desk goes in the shed. So I need to sand my desk. Today I ordered my barn door hardware. So I got my barn door from my grandpa's. It was actually my great aunt's door. She let me have it. It's this really cool, like, old vintage door. And so I need to start stripping the paint off of that too. So hopefully I'll get to work on a couple of those projects today. I hope to get a good amount of editing done, but that's why I'm definitely referring to myself as an amateur content creator, because I kind of have to squeeze it into the time that I have during the day. So I'm gonna get some gas really quick. I was on a road trip with my friends one time and I put hand sanitizer on after I got gas, and they were like, oh my gosh, I never thought of doing that. And I was like, what? You just touched a gas pump even before like COVID and you didn't wash your hands off? Like, what? Do that. That's probably a smart thing to do. Okay, we're going back to the doctor. Have my Diet Coke from Cookout. If you're not from the South and don't know what Cookout is, or if you are from the South and you go to Cookout a lot, but you have never tried putting Cajun seasoning on your quesadilla, I just wanted to throw this in the vlog and just like make your life better, because I've been doing this for honestly probably like 6 years now. But you put Cajun seasoning on the quesadilla, you ask them if they can put that, and it is just the best thing in the world. Personally, I get my quesadillas with no sauce because I think their sauce is not good at all. But I know that I'm in the minority and like 99% of people love the sauce. Either way, throw some Cajun seasoning on there. Let me know what you think. If you're a friend of mine and you're watching this, you're like, yeah, I've known that about you for a long time. All right, I'm gonna go edit this video and make some calls. So I thought I'd show you guys, since I was talking about this yesterday, this is the book that I'm gonna start reading again. It is literally just her diary. All of this is her diary. You can see it's just entries. I mean, so if it makes a book this big, imagine how big the actual diary was. And, you know, they haven't changed any of it other than translating it into English. So this is her actual words, and I remember really just being moved by this as a kid in middle school. So I'm gonna read it again. I got it on Amazon, so I'll link it below if you guys are also interested. Another thing I wanted to just tell you about, even though it's so faded right now, normally in the morning when I'm doing my quiet time, if a verse stands out to me, I will write the first letter of each word of the verse on my hand and then the reference, so that all day I can look at it and be practicing, like memorizing scripture. So this one is 1 John 5:4, and it says, you can't even see it, but it says, and this is the victory that has conquered the world, our faith. So that is what those letters stand for. And I mean, it's like 1:35 and I've already memorized that one. I'm not saying that I'll have it committed to memory forever, but I think this is just a really good way to get scripture into your daily memorization. I try to do this as much as I can, but I do forget a lot. So the last couple days I've been doing this and really liking just having it on my hand. And then it's kind of cool that it fades away throughout the day, because it challenges you a little bit more to remember what it actually said when you wrote it. So that's what it looks like right now, but just thought I would give you guys that tip. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. So it's been a really long really busy week for me. But today I've just been catching up on cleaning the house a little bit, and I'm about to go do some laundry. But I wanted to come out here and show you guys the beginning of my garden. Hopefully me and my dad are gonna go in the next few days and buy all of our plants to put in it because it's finally warm, it's spring, it's officially short season. So we're gonna go get all the plants. I think I wanna put tomato, basil, garlic. I wanna see if garlic is in season. I want to do cucumbers again. I did okra last year and it was super cool, but we just don't eat enough okra for me to plant it. And this year I wanna really try to do cherry tomatoes. So I'm gonna see if I can get some of those. I wanna try cilantro again. I killed it all last year. So I wanna try that again. And then I wanna see if onions are also in season right now. I don't know if spring, summer is the time when you grow onions and garlic. So I need to do some research on that. But that's kind of the gist of what I wanna do. And I'm thinking about planting a lemon tree or maybe a lime tree. I don't know. I wanna do some kind of citrus tree. So we'll see about doing those things, but I'm gonna take you and show you the garden in just a second. But I did just wanna tell you about my quiet time this week and what I've been doing in my quiet time, because it's just been really, really keeping me grounded this week and helping me to have faith in all that's going on. Okay, I put you on a tripod because my arm was getting tired of holding that. Also, I would love to be sitting outside and reading and just spending some time in the fresh air, but have you seen the pollen hanging from the trees? Like any time that I step outside, I'm sneezing within like 10 seconds. And so I just like ran from my house out here to do a couple of things. And then I'm gonna go back inside as soon as I can after I show you the garden, because it's just like impossible to be outside right now, which is making me so sad because I love the warm weather and the sun. So I guess I'll just hang out inside and do my reading for now. But when summer gets here and all the pollen is gone, I'm gonna be sitting outside as much as I possibly can. I really wanna try and do that. So I just thought I would give you some highlights from this book I've been doing. So it's called The Quest by Beth Moore. I had never done anything by Beth Moore before this, but I knew that she was obviously like a big name and that people really thought she was like an amazing Bible teacher. I've been doing a Bible in a year plan, and I've been doing it for 2 years now. And it will probably take me 4 years, just because I'm completely honest, like I'm a very slow reader, especially when it comes to the Bible. I don't just like glaze over the words. Like I try to read them and like remember what it's talking about and, you know, like take it in. And there's just no way that I could do like 8 chapters in a day. And that's okay. It's good that I like know that about myself. And God is not sitting up there going, oh my gosh, she can't read 8 chapters a day. She can't even read the whole Bible in a year. Like, you know, he doesn't care. He is happy that I'm showing up every day to spend time with him. He's like thrilled about that. And so I like to do these guided studies a lot. Like she writes these long portions, but then there's also questions mixed in. And then she has you read like huge chunks of the Bible, which I'm really like particular about. If I'm gonna do a study of the Bible that someone else wrote, I don't want them to just like quote scripture every 5 pages. I want them to say like, okay, go read all of Genesis 17 and then let's answer some questions about it. Because then I'm still reading the Bible every single day, reading like big chunks of it and taking that in more than I'm taking in someone else's words. And so I really love that about her. Like just this morning, I had to read 2 chapters in Genesis to be able to do this workbook. And so I really like that. Even though it does take a little bit more time, it's still good that I'm reading those chapters and then I'm going and answering questions and like applying them immediately. So it kind of just is a really good way to like help you take in scripture. This week I read some things that just felt life-changing to me. And so I wanted to read some of them to you. So this study starts out in Genesis and is talking a lot about Abraham. It kind of jumps all over the Bible, obviously, and talks about Jesus a lot too. But for this chapter, she's focusing on Abraham, and it's quoting Hebrews 11:8. It says, by faith, Abraham, when he was called, obeyed and set out for a place that he was going to receive as an inheritance. He went out even though he did not know where he was going. Hebrews 11:8. So then I'm just gonna read you the paragraph about that. The disciples recognized from the geography in Acts 1:8 that their witness would start where they were and then reverberate like sound waves further and further from home. So where they were was Jerusalem. And Acts 1:8 is the verse that says, "You shall be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, and all of Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." And so it starts in Jerusalem, basically, is what this is saying. That when the disciples heard Jesus say that they realized, okay, this starts at home. This witness that we have starts right where we are. And so then it says that their witness would start where they were and then reverberate like sound waves further and further from home. But as for specifics about the journey, God would employ the same method he used with Abraham. He'd show them. So I just picked out something out of that paragraph that like really stood out to me. It says, God would employ the same method he used with Abraham. He'd show them. So then I wrote, God doesn't often just tell us what he's gonna do with our lives. He shows us. And so that can take a lot longer. If God sat there and said, okay, in 20 years, this is what is gonna be done in your life. This is what's gonna come to pass. This is what's gonna take place over 20 years. It would take him about 5 minutes to tell us that. But to show us that, it takes the full 20 years. He's taking us on the journey. Our life is a walk with God. It's not just, okay, let's hear what God has to say about us and about our life, and let's just hear about all of the good things he's gonna do. No, he doesn't just tell us those things, he shows us. And so that was huge for me to just remember, okay, patience, because he's showing me all of the good things that he's gonna do in my life. He's showing me how I'm gonna be his witness to the ends of the earth. He's doing those things in real time. He's showing me and walking me through them. He's not just sitting me down and telling me what's gonna happen. Another paragraph says, Jesus, who said, "Come to me," in Matthew 11:28, said to the same people, "Go make disciples," in Matthew 28:19. The most significant part, "Remember, I am with you always to the end of the age," verse 20. The gospel has not yet reached the ends of the earth, and it is not yet the end of the age. We are part of the continuance. Like, what? How cool is that? We can tend to read the Bible and think that it's talking to the people of that time period, and it doesn't really apply to us as much. But she laid it out and she was like, guys, the gospel has not yet reached the ends of the earth. There are people and there are tribes and nations that have never heard the gospel, and it's 2021. They still haven't heard the gospel, and it is not the end of the age. Nothing's over, we're still here. And so we are part of the continuance. Like, that's insane. The words that Jesus spoke in the Great Commission in Matthew 28, when he told his disciples, go and make disciples of all nations, they apply to us too, because it's not over. And so I just like really took that in and was like, wow, he is still at work. He is still doing something. Even though it feels like we're in a pandemic and he's doing nothing, it's not over. It's not the end of the age, and the gospel hasn't reached the ends of the earth. So we are part of all that's going to continue happening if we are obedient and if we go and if we use our lives to tell others about the gospel. So that was so awesome. And then it says, God sets the pace. He won't always move you in step with your fellow sojourners. Sometimes you'll feel like you're getting left behind. And obviously that struck a real chord with me, because I was like, that's exactly what I need to hear. He's not always moving you in pace with the people who are around you, with the people who are your age or in your city or anything. He's not moving you at the same pace as them, and that's okay. And it feels like you're getting left behind, but you are not. You are part of the race with them. It's just in a different way and a different plan for your life, because your life is not their life. So she keeps talking about that, and she says, God may keep you indefinitely in the same place, but if you walk with him, you cannot remain the same person. There is still the going. That's like refreshing water to hear, because I know that I've been in the same place physically for about 2 years now, being at home. And if you guys saw my last video about why I built a she shed, you know that I've really been struggling with feeling left behind and comparing myself to other people who are building careers and things like that. But knowing that he might keep me indefinitely in the same place, but also knowing that I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago, is so true. It couldn't be more true. I've fought him every step of the way, and I've been very stubborn about a lot of stuff. And to be honest, I haven't been very content at all, but I'm still not the same person. I'm still not the same person who moved home 2 years ago. I've changed and I've grown, and there's still the going. What she means by that is you are still going. And that in itself is changing you and making you more like Jesus. It says, should God keep you within a 10-mile radius for years on end, there is still the going. He can keep you wherever he wants to keep you, or he can take you wherever he wants to take you. It's still a going. This whole walk with God is going. We're moving, we're taking a step forward as long as we're being obedient to him. And so he's not just doing nothing. He's never doing nothing. So I thought that I would just share a little bit of what I've been doing in my quiet time. I really love how it has fill in the blanks, and it has a lot of time for you to like write prayers out to God too. So she has you like rewrite some scripture in here so that you're committing that to memory. And then sometimes it'll say things like, is it possible that your vision is too limited and your faith has been indoors, so to speak, far too long? Express your response to God. And so then there's like plenty of space for you to write out all the things that are responses to these questions. And there's like these cool charts that she puts in here for you to chart some scripture and some questions in scripture. And so the whole point of it is it's like a quest, it's a journey. So she wants you to become comfortable asking God things and telling God straight up how you feel. Because she shows you that the people in the Bible who went before us, who were, you know, the fathers of many nations, like Abraham and Isaac, she shows you that those people walked with God and trusted God. You know, they're in the Hall of Fame of faith, but they still asked God questions. And the reason they asked God questions was because they were comfortable with God. Fearing the Lord and being close to God shouldn't make us not ask any questions because we just think that he's holy and we have no right to ask him. No, it should make us ask more about him and more of him and be expectant of all that he's going to do and that he is doing right where we are or wherever he takes us, because that's what it means to follow God, to walk with God. You're walking with a friend and also the creator of the universe. So the closer we get to him, the more we should feel comfortable asking him questions. And so I have just really, really been loving this study. This is just one study that I've done like this, but I've done several studies where you buy a book, this is like how thick it is, and they just walk you through scripture. So I'm just gonna link Lifeway and some other websites down below where you can find books like this. And sometimes I just go through and read about, you know, what the topics of them are and pick out ones that sound good to me. So this one sounded really good because it says, the quest, an excursion toward intimacy with God. On the back, it says there is no quest without questions. And I just think that it's been really helpful to me so far. I'm a big Beth Moore fan so far. I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of what has been taking place in my heart this week while I've been getting all this stuff done and having a really busy week. So if you like this, I'll continue sharing from this or from whatever I'm studying. But that's something that I really want to do on this channel, is just continually be bringing you truth, whether it's what I'm learning right now or what I'm writing about right now. Whatever it is, I want to be grounding everything in God and his word, and I want to be telling you guys about that and about how it's changing and shaping my life, because I am not the same person that I was even yesterday, but I'm definitely not the same person that I was 6 or 7 years ago. And that's only because I decided to walk with God. And so it would be inauthentic if I made all these videos and put them up on my channel every week and never talked about God, because he is the firm foundation that I'm on right now, even though everything is definitely a storm in my life right now. You've heard me talk about that, so now you need to hear me talk about who is the person that calms the storm and who helps me keep my head above water through it all. So I always want to be sharing with you more about God and his word, and you can definitely expect that from my channel. But I'm also going to talk about lots of other things. So it's just going to be a channel that represents my life, all the things that I love. And those include God, first and foremost, home decor, travel, making content, lots of different things. So that's what you can expect from me. And now let's go see my cute little garden that my dad has been working so hard on. He picked up all of the beds with his tractor and put them in the yard. So I'm going to take you out there and show it to you. Also just wanted to say that I will link that exact study that I'm doing down below. If you're interested in that particular one, I will have that linked down below too. So check the description box. So the plan is, when you walk out of my shed, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna have some steps, probably made out of this wood that's been laying out here forever. We're gonna make some steps. that go down here to the garden, and we moved it farther down in the yard. It was right up here in this gravel area last year, but my tomatoes didn't get quite enough afternoon sun. So right here we get a lot more afternoon sun, and we moved it into this shape so that I can like walk in and get to all of the things really easily. We just have it full of dirt right now. It needs to be cleaned off. But the plan is we're gonna fence in a little bit of the area. You can see he's been painting on the ground. I don't really know how high the fence is gonna be, but I think the fence is gonna come like right here and be on the back of all of the planters. And then there'll be like a little entrance right here. So I'm not sure if we're gonna put gravel out here to walk on or just leave it in the grass, but we've kind of raised up some of them. This is where all my little vegetables are gonna be, and keep an eye out because in my next video, I'm gonna be telling you guys how to start a spring summer vegetable garden for beginners. So last year I was definitely an amateur at it and just figuring some stuff out, but this year I'm gonna try and be better at it. I'm gonna be making a video next week about how I built my garden and how I'm gonna be planning everything. I have started composting. I don't have a ton of compost, but I have just a little bit that I'm gonna incorporate in. So we're gonna see if that turns out better than it did last year. But that's the cute little garden. It's gonna be really cute from the street too. And then I think if I get a lemon tree or any kind of tree, I might put it like right here or probably right here because it gets more sun. So I want to put something on the corners there, but we'll see what happens. And then over here in the yard, that's the shed right there, there is going to be a surprise coming down from the shed up to the garden, and in the rest of the yard out there over to those flowers. There's gonna be a surprise in the yard right here. So that's all I'm gonna say, but the yard's looking so good. It's got some stripes in it, beautiful and green. My dad did a great job, but we're really excited about what we're about to be putting in the yard right here. So if you have any guesses for what it is, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think we're putting in the yard. I don't think you guys are gonna get it right, but we'll see.
Never roll back, I won't go back. Don't wanna waste time with you. Wanted you so bad, didn't hold back, and now I can't forget you. You've got me climbing mountains in my head.
Okay, today looked a lot different than I thought it was gonna look, but I did get my desk sanded, so I'll insert a couple little seconds of that. But if you want to see the final product, be sure and watch my next video on the she shed. It's going to be part 24, where we're going to be doing final touches, and I'm going to show you lots of different little things that we have to do to get completely finished. So I'm going to include the footage of the desk, and then also I got a new fridge, and I'm going to show you guys that. It's different than the first fridge that I had. So I got a new one, and then I showed you the barn door that we got. So I've already done a lot of filming for that video, so just stay tuned. It's coming soon. We just have a lot of tiny little finishing touches that we have to put on, and that's going to be the next video going up. So it probably will go up sometime next week, but we'll just have to see how much we get done. And then stay tuned, because also coming is the garden video that I'm going to make, and also maybe a couple fun little spring videos. So stay tuned. Today, me and my dad ended up going to REI because he had to return something, and I was looking for a pair of shoes, but I didn't end up finding ones that I really loved. So we came home with nothing, but we went to Shake Shack, so I included some clips of that. That's not how I thought my night was gonna go, but now it's 9:22 and I have to get a workout in. I know this is gonna be good for me, but I'm seriously dreading it a little bit. And then I'm gonna go inside and edit this video and get it up tomorrow for you guys. So thank you so much for joining me for this week in my life. I just took you all around with me, every little thing that I did, kind of talked to you just about what goes on when I'm at home a lot during the week, but then also when my mom has appointments. Being a stay-at-home daughter is a lot more busy than people might think it is. If anyone out there is a stay-at-home mom, I don't know how you do it. It's like a full-time job. So let me know if you guys liked this. I love watching Week in My Lives from other people, so I thought it might be fun to try one. Maybe I'll do it a little bit more. So it was kind of nice to be filming a little bit every day, and then it was fun to put it all together at the end of the week. So I will see you guys in the next video. We've got some exciting ones coming up, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Tell me all the little things you never said